Hi, it's Rick from Dogtooth, and you catch me at home in my little home office, and I thought I'd do a little loom. I don't know if you've seen loom before, you probably have, but I thought I would do a loom on some of the projects that we have done as Dogtooth and also really as Wall Glamour. As you can see on my screen, I have a video about to play and it is showing the name Wall Glamour. All these videos will be Wall Glamour, but just to put you in at ease, Wall Glamour is the company that used to sit alongside Dogtooth. Now I've brought everything back in underneath Dogtooth, but Dogtooth was the creator of Wall Glamour in 2007. We created that company, a website, and then it all sort of blew up, and then we ended up doing commercial stuff, and then we found ourselves doing these kind of projects. So that is the quick, brief story of why these logos are on the screen. But let's listen to Andy talk about one of the projects that we had over in Leeds. So I'll just make myself a bit smaller and press the play button.
So I'm Andy here, I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Enjoy Digital, and we're a digital marketing agency based in Leeds. We started in serviced offices just around the corner, and we started off working with the guys at Wall Glamour, just adding some logos really onto the wall to kind of make a serviced office feel like our own. Over the last 14 years we've grown, we've increased in staff numbers, and we took the leap into our own offices, and we're in our home now for 6 years, and it was time for us to have a refresh. We've gone through a full rip out and refurb, and really it was time to let Wall Glamour really go mad, and we've done full wall visuals this time, really pushed the brand forward. They've turned up and done everything for us in terms of some graphics, some lit signs, wrapped doors for us to modernise the whole look. So the refurb that we had done was effectively back to plaster, painted white, maybe a bit of grey here and there. And then our design director Sean worked with Wall Glamour to really work on what was possible, putting our brand into it, but Wall Glamour knows the medium and what is possible with it, and really consulted with us in terms of what would work best for what we were trying to achieve.
So that was Andy, and yeah, we've been working with Enjoy Digital probably for, well, I think he said 14 years there. So it's definitely been a long time, because when we first met them, they were in a little shared office, and we put some logos on the walls and on some glass meeting room, and then they moved to another premises, so we did those walls with their logos, etc. And then they moved into this premises, and then they had a very blue theme at the time, and we did all the wall graphics in there, and really cool, really enjoyed doing that part of the project. And then this was their sort of refresh and rebrand of the logo, and then sort of they invited us back to do it again. So really enjoyed working with Enjoy Digital and Sean and Andy and Chris. So I play the next part of the video. So I have 3 videos of the same project. So this is sort of like more from my perspective, our perspective on the delivery side of it. So let's watch that now. This is Wall Glamour, but as you can see, they've got 2 people. These are all John's files. Just setting them up for print. Validating the process, printing all the files. I will say that video was actually done after most of this was done. I had to print out some more of just so that we could get all those shots in, because Bob wasn't around when we actually made all the prints. This is me and Jamie starting Wall Graphic on the screen. Just like always with Jamie and I, core Wall Glamour team, the rest being Right, so then the last one is just all the video elements from that video put together of the finished building. So this here, down here is the reception area, and as you'll see, there is a light box on the wall, which we had manufactured, and then we printed the grey to match on the front, and you will see more about colour matching in a minute. On this wall we also printed a mural, which you can see here. I am installing it in this video. Let's hover over. A little time lapse of me installing it. You will see. Oh, it doesn't actually show you. I've got to click on it. I've just remembered. See, there's a laser level on there. I just set the laser level up to get everything square. And you can just see down here, there's actually a soffit part of the wall that steps back. So it looks like it's short, but it's not. It's actually meant to be like that. And this is basically a huge sticker, essentially, self-adhesive, and then trim it round that part of the wall, and that's it. So go back to, let's pause that one, and then go back to this video. So you can see that's that wall there. We also did inside the meeting room, and we put the etch on the door, so there was a bit of privacy when people are in there. So let's just move this on a little bit further. As you see, that's the light box shows up a lot better there, nicely glows. So from where we stood with the camera, this is the reception lobby. So then you walk into what you're seeing there is the reception area. So this is the very top of the building. So this building was actually a ropery. So that's where they make the ropes, and they made the ropes for Sir Edmund Hillary's ascent of Everest. And you can just see it says there on the wall, and obviously Sean and the team wanted to sort of give a little reference, a little ode to that historic moment in time that sort of was made possible by what happened in that building there. And then you can just see actually there that we've just wrapped it inside this window, and as we go a bit further over, so just to clarify, this here, this area is paint, and this area is print, and then this is cut graphics, or printed graphics that's been cut out. We really struggle to get the right mix for the light that was in the space, and it changed all the time. So the lighting that was in my studio, and I'll just show you a quick image of what we were dealing with. The lighting that was in my studio is this kind of lighting, and it was very much a bright white blue colour. You took it outside, it was totally different again, and then you took it, put it in their building, it was totally different again, and then it changed again when they put their lights on. So we really struggled to sort of trying to get all, and as you can see, we did a lot of colour swatches to try and get it to match, and in the end we got it pretty close. We were happy enough, Sean was happy enough that we had got there. And you can just see here as well, this is on the bench. So what we actually did was printed the whole thing with a white top of it, and then just you can see here is I actually hand trimmed all this printout on the bench. So that's what this is. It's basically paint above here and then print. We enjoyed it. We were also responsible for this hall signage as well. That was and these wall graphics, and you can just see here they're all cut out around this area. So obviously it would have been great to do a print all over the wall, but we like to use a client's budget cost effectively and the best way we can. So rather than splurging and using all that budget up on one big wall, it's better to sort of like, you know, keep it smaller, and then we could use another section in another room to sort of pull the branding through the building. And then, as you can see in this building, this part of the building, we've got the wall graphics on the wall here, the statements. We've got low down, which you'll see in a second. There's some more of that kind of broken up graphic. This was all print as well, and here this is print. So that's just behind the tree. And then you can just see down here, you can see where the print is. And in the previous shot where I'm talking to Sean, that's me labelling up. And then this here is obviously a print as well, which I did that. So that's another little time-lapse video that I did. It was actually a bit of a pain, to be honest, to fit it, because it was one piece. I made the error of trying to give it a one and go. And this is high-tack vinyl, so it is high risk. There's no going back, but you know, obviously I've got thousands of hours of installing this kind of stuff, so it was pretty easy in the end. So there you go, and then we get a little visit from Sean there just to check over it. So there you go. So and here's some closer looks at those photographs. As you can see, the detailed pattern in that image there. So we did some little wall wayfinding graphics on the outside in the hallway, and also if I just flick through these, another couple of logos dotted around the building. Again, you can see it's wrapped into that corner, which is quite a nice little detail, if I do say so myself. And then if I put in some images in this folder of, I've obviously gone the wrong way, the architectural wrap that we did, which was for the, maybe I didn't even put them in, that's a bit of a shame because I thought I put them in, the grey doors that we wrapped for them so that they could get exactly the colours that they wanted in the building. And then one other little sort of notable piece which I particularly liked was, if we can find it on this video with Andy. Oh, so there's one of the doors. So that's the door there. There's another door outside there through that window, and then in this hallway to the toilets there's another couple of grey doors that we wrapped as well. So this here, so this is actually downstairs. You literally walk straight into this. The reception is through here, and this is actually the electrical storage cupboard. But to sort of make it disappear, what we thought we would do is we'll wrap the wall, and then we're going to put a light box on it. But because it was a door and the door had to still be accessible, what we actually came up with was we mounted it to this wall, to this door only. So we bolted it straight through to this door, so that what we could do is swing out this door and the light box all the way. Obviously the wiring goes through the door, so it's still a functioning sort of electrical cupboard, but we've obviously put a logo on it that makes the whole thing just disappear when you come in, and it's not just some sort of services thing. So that's a quick walk through one of our projects. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy Digital, absolutely great bunch. I really enjoyed working with them every time I go. Every time we do something new for them, it's always a great experience. And yeah, so on the process of that project. So obviously Sean and I met, had a walk through the building. Sean already knew sort of the sort of design elements they wanted. I advised on how and where we should put things in when there was a question. Obviously, you know, like when they want a logo in a very obvious place, you're going to work that out easily. But anything that was sort of like, what do I think? I gave my advice on that. And then also sort of like what materials and how should we do that, and how should we prepare it? How long will it take? And then obviously I had to measure up and do all the costing and stuff. So that was the sort of like the nature of the project. It wasn't a long project, and we actually had 2 sit-ins on the project because the light boxes weren't quite done on the first sitting. So we did a couple of days, and then we came back, I think it was like the Thursday, Friday, and then we came back on the Monday and we finished off. So that is the sort of like a look through that project. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll do some more as we go. So goodbye.